3 in Chi-Town, the defending champs even more powerful with Carlos Boozer showing love for the Southsiders. We begin with a Hall of Fame coaching matchup. Dr. J versus the Iceman. Balling through the summer and loving it all with the Big 3 on CBS. My kind of town on the north side of Chicagoland. We are at All-State Arena. Big 3 matchups. We get it started with Tri-State versus Ghost Ballers on CBS. And then in Game 2, the defending champs Power with a critical matchup against the enemies. Game 3, the Killer Threes against Bivouac on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. With Jenny Dell, Brendan Haywood, I'm Carter Blackburn. Yes, it is August now, which means in the Big 3, you're starting to look towards championship contenders. We have several here today in Chicago, which makes these 3 matchups critical to determine who's going to be the champion at the end of it all.
Listen, when you get down to that later stage of the season, that's when you really got to dig deep. You really got to bring the energy and make sure that if you don't win a game, it's not because you weren't playing harder than the other team.
So let's take a look at matchup number 1. Rosters brought to you by State Farm. Nate Robinson back in the lineup for Tri-State. Missed last week because of an eye injury. For the Ghost Ballers, you have Ricky Davis, the addition Chris Johnson for George Gervin's team. But when you have Amar'e Stoudemire as part of your roster, it's all going to begin with Amar'e.
It definitely all begins and ends with Amar'e Stoudemire. He's been playing fantastic basketball. His game has transitioned so much from when I used to play against him in the league. He now has the great touch with the mid-range jumper. He has the good moves inside. You see him right there with the Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway. And then the 19.6 points per game speak for itself. The guy can still score and get it done.
Speaking of a guy who can score, led the league in scoring last year, Ricky Davis.
Ricky Davis, listen, led the league in scoring last year. Not scoring quite as much this season, but still getting it done. Shooting incredible from the three-point line. And Tricky Ricky is just somebody you always want to have on your team because he knows how to play the game. He's going to play smart. He's going to give it his all. And that's the type of guy you can ride for.
And speaking of guys who know how to score, George Gervin from the D. He could do more than finger roll. And Dr. J, East Meadow, New York. 5-time All-NBA first team. So one of the great pieces of the Big 3, you have 2 of the all-time greats in a coaching matchup to get it started here on the north side of Chicagoland. So in the Big 3, we're playing to 50. Have to win by 2. There is no game clock, 14-second shot clock. Free throws, wherever you get fouled, you have 1 shot for that point, including the always thrilling 4-point shot. And Brendan, you have noticed already a major wrinkle for Tri-State. Amar'e Stoudemire is not out there to begin the game.
Yeah, a little strange. Amar'e Stoudemire not out there to start the game. You see him going inside to Corsley Edwards. Nice spin move by the big fella. And Corsley looks good, man. Looks like he has lost a lot of weight since the last time I've seen him. Trim Corsley Edwards.
And so aggressive early. Get him the touch and get him to the free throw line. And Amar'e Stoudemire, at least to begin this game, rooting on his Tri-State teammates.
And so I wonder what's going on there. Like, what's the strategy behind that? You know, I'm not one to question Dr. J because hey, listen, hey, Dr. J has forgot more basketball than I'll ever know, but I really want to see what is the strategy behind not starting Amar'e Stoudemire in this game.
So Edwards misses the chance, have to clear it back out, and Mike Bibby and the Ghost Ballers coming off a bye. Bibby for Parter!
Hello!
Mike Bibby Ghost balling for 4 to get it started.
And that's how you start a game off. Let him know, set the tempo. Get a good open shot and knock it down from 3. Mike Bibby can always shoot that ball.
Ice Cube, wife Kimberly, watching along, and Mike Bibby for 4.
It's Mike Bibby's, hey, if you're not going to guard me, I will shoot it. He steps up quickly, confidently, and Mike Bibby's always been somebody that's had infinite range. Like, that's deep. That's a deep shot to a lot of players. That's not a deep shot for Mike Bibby.
Range and confidence, 2 things you always associate with Mike Bibby.
And now muscles. Range, confidence, and muscles, because Mike Bibby can definitely get it done in the weight room now.
Like you said, Mike Bibby looks like he's getting ready to play with the Bears. Like it's August training camp from Mike Bibby.
He might want to see if he can get a shot. You know, maybe play a little bit of strong safety.
Absolutely.
Middle linebacker
That's a nickel back.
Yeah.
Height tries the 4-point shot to answer. Can't do it. Diawara. That's a brick 3. At least he's got the follow. That's going to look a lot prettier than the first go around.
At first you don't succeed. You know, and that's what it comes down to in the Big 3. When I've watched these games, the team that's going to do the little things, get the hustle plays, get those extra rebounds, and continue to fight, those are the teams that normally win the games.
Chris Johnson fader. Chris Johnson, the addition for the Ghost Ballers, traded for Jamario Moon, so this is his first action with Ghost Ballers. Diawara draws the D. Height hits the 3. Tried a 4, then buries a 3.
Spotted up. Great possession right there. Height got a nice spot up 3. Looked very confident letting it go.
Robert Height from Cincinnati had the game-winning 3 in their last matchup. Tri-State coming off a bye following second win of the season. Oop, Johnson, and that's wide open. There's one of those wrinkles, and you talk about hustle plays. If you're there for it, doesn't have to be cleared. That's an easy 2.
Yeah, definitely is a nice little hustle play right there. Great defense translates to great offense. And Corsley Edwards, I said looking a little slim and trim, and you see how easily he was able to get up there and dunk and throw that thing down. With
a bounce in his step. So a 4 from Bibby for Ghost Ballers, and then after that, 7 straight for Tri-State.
Well, this is excellent defense right here. You see they read the lob pass, and then Corsley Edwards, Johnny on the spot, right place, right time. And then this right here, I love when you go work it inside, then you get the kick outside. The game is so much easier when you play outside in, and that right there is a great example of why you want to play that way.
So Dr. J doing exactly that with a 7-0 run. So here's your standings. Everybody has a loss now. Triplets now 5-1. Joe Johnson leading triplets. Power, who we will see next, can all but secure a playoff spot with a 5-1 start. Tri-State, Ghost Ballers. I mean, this is must-win territory at this point if you have playoff aspirations.
Yeah, if you're Tri-State and you're the Ghost Ballers, this is a must-win game. You almost have to treat it like it's a playoff game for you, because you know there's not a lot of opportunities coming down the stretch of the season, and you have to take advantage of the opportunities that you do have.
You saw Ice Cube in the house, co-founder of the league, along with Jeff Quatnitz, and Chicago has been a very good spot for the Big 3. Year 3, third stop in the Chicago area, and if you love ball and you love ball in the summertime, as clearly that man does, and clearly Chicago does, it's a good match.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, listen, there's definitely a big appetite for basketball in the summertime, and the Big 3 definitely feels that mold, and especially out here in Chicago. You know, they love their basketball out here.
Lollapalooza's in town this weekend. Chance the Rapper made an appearance last night.
Oh, I heard you out there.
Yeah, with Death Cab for Cutie. That was, you know, I was jamming in as much Chicago fun as I could.
Did Chance know who you were?
Oh, yeah, you know, we're dear, close, personal
He said
friends.
what's up?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, nice shout out. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chance.
Oh, he's going for another 4-pointer.
Mike Dish, Davis 3, off the look from Mike Bibby.
And that was an excellent setup by Mike. He used the 4-point circle to draw Corsley Edwards out, then blew right past him, but he didn't make the selfish play. He realized that he had Ricky Davis spotted up on the perimeter.
And you know that early 4-point shot, now you got to close out more on Bibby.
Yeah, and he almost used the 4-point circle as a decoy, and that's just a smart, savvy play by a veteran.
You are on the baseline. Amar'e Stoudemire is going to sub in for Tri-State at the next opportunity. Bibby drops it off. Johnson off. Another nice look from Mike Bibby. Whether he's a Ghost Baller getting ready for the Chicago Bears, Mike Bibby's doing it all.
And this is just this right here. Look how he sets up Corsley Edwards on the drive, blows right past him, then finds Ricky Davis spotted up for 3. That is exactly what you want from your point guard if you're the Ghost Ballers.
5 straight points for Ricky Davis, but Chris Johnson comes back with 1 free throw worth 2 points, and here comes Amar'e Stoudemire. Big ovation for the 6-time All-Star when he was introduced to the crowd here at All-State Arena.
And like I said, it's interesting they didn't want to start the game out with Amar'e just because he's been playing so well this year. But hey, we'll see how it works out for Tri-State.
It's Chris Johnson who draws the defensive assignment to start, but you know Amar'e's going to draw a lot of attention. Bibby digs down. May have a shot clock issue here. We're going to come back and check it out. So Amar'e gets his first touch. It's a 7-0 run for the Ghost Ballers. So game of big runs already. 7-0 run Tri-State, and then Ghost Ballers come back with 7 straight. So clock didn't run.
Oh yeah, definitely have a clock malfunction here. See how are they going to count this down themselves, or are they just going to start it over?
Looks like we're going to get to 9, so 5 seconds in. Yeah, and I'm just going to guess Amar'e Stoudemire is going to touch it again on this possession. What do you think, Brandon?
That's what I would do. You know, I would make sure that he got the ball early and often. He's the problem.
Amar'e off the bounce, attacks Johnson right to the rim. Amar'e Stoudemire wastes no time.
And that's why you give him the ball. He is an absolute problem out there. He can still drive that ball to the basket. He has the nice mid-range game and the touch. So he's able to give you a lot of different looks that confuse defenses.
Bibby floater, air ball, don't have to clear it. Tri-State brings it out anyway. Diawara offensive. Bibby Johnson got a piece of it. That'll be a goaltend. Yep, count it. 2 points.
Yeah, Diawara just got it up on the glass just in time because Chris Johnson was coming from the weak side, but he was just a second too late.
And Bibby was going for the swat too.
Oh yeah. Bibby's play almost allowed Johnson to come back in there and get that block. Not conceding anything inside from the little big man.
Solomon Jones into the game for Ghost Ballers.
And that's the second time Ricky Davis has gotten fouled on the jump shot. If you're Tri-State, you have to be a little bit smarter than that. Ricky Davis is a very good player, has a great jump shot. But what you don't want to do is give him easy opportunities to warm himself up at the free throw line.
Bibby's going to get a break. Mike Taylor, Chicago's own Mike Taylor.
And this is one of my favorite players in the Big Three because you talk about guys that bring their own energy. I mean, this guy is bouncing off the walls. You saw the intros, how he came in. The swag was high. Even in warm-ups, he's just jogging around the gym, staying loose, staying warm. He's just incredible when it comes from an energy standpoint.
Ricky Davis sends us to a timeout. Mike Bibby gets it rolling early. All the way outside of Chicagoland. 4. Who will win the title of America's favorite couple? Don't miss the final 3 episodes of Love Island. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. 13-11, Ghost Ballers leading Tri-State to get it started. Let's take a look at our Dove Men Plus Care career bio today on Amar'e Stoudemire, a versatile player who has shown exceptional talent throughout his career. The 6-time NBA All-Star is with our own All-Star, the versatile Jenny Dell.
All right, Amar'e, you started this game on the bench. What led to that decision? What did Dr. J tell you about that?
Well, you know, for us, we're trying to twist it up. You know, we're trying to get the young guys or the second unit guys to get going early, give us a nice lift. Then now, you know, Jay Rich and myself can get active.
Tri-State coming off a bye week. There's still slim hope for a postseason run here. What do you need to do in this game to get it going and finish off with a win?
We got to win. We got to attack offensively. We got to get rebounds. We got to definitely get the 50-50 balls for sure. And after that, we should be good.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
All right, so Brendan, you talked about how Amar'e's game looks at this point as he goes consulting with Dr. J, which is always a good idea.
Always.
So what do you see out of Amar'e's game at this point fitted for Big 3 ball?
Well, the thing I see about Amar'e's game that is a little bit different than when he first came in the league is that he's a more all-around basketball player. When Amar'e first came in the league, he was getting by strictly on tremendous athleticism that made him unique. The fact that he was faster, stronger, he was quicker. He just was a first-class athlete. Now when you watch him play, he takes his time. He understands how to play with pace, angles. He has a nice mid-range jumper. So he's just basically refined his whole game. And that's what you have to do as you get older. If you still want to be effective, you have to refine your offensive game. That's what Amar'e Stoudemire has been able to do in his career.
Stoudemire out there now with Nate Robinson attacking off the bounce. Nate quickly back into the hands of Amar'e. Oh, Nate takes a tumble and going to get a foul called on Mike Taylor. And
yeah, that didn't look good for filling that chair in the front row. Let's get a closer look here. Amar'e a little bit out of control. They did a great job corralling this pass, and then like the two guys just kind of bump heads real quickly. That's where Nate's football background came in there. He was able to catch that ball.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, Nate was a DB at Washington, right?
That's right, he was. And we talked baseball a little bit earlier today. Nate said, I may not be much of a hitter, but I guarantee you I can steal some bags.
Hold
down
up.
the baseline.
Hold up. Wait a
Stealing
minute.
this bag.
Wait a minute. Did he just put that between his legs?
That was Chicago style dog,
replay.
extra spicy.
I'm going to need a replay. I think Nate just put that ball in between his legs. Did he put the ball between Taylor's legs? Come on, Nate. Come on, Nate. Yes, he did. He put it right through the 5-hole on Taylor. Oh, my goodness. Nate Robinson having too much fun.
I mean, that is a Chicago-style hot dog move, Nate Robinson.
Oh yeah, he put all the extra condiments on that hot dog.
You got
right
the
there.
celery salt, you got the tomato,
Man,
you got the sesame seeds.
He got the relish, the ketchup, and everything. But the thing I love about Taylor is that Taylor's going to want to get Nate Robinson back at some point because he understood Nate just embarrassed him on that play.
Okay, so we got a counterpunch coming. There's a lot. There's Amar'e. Oh, forget about the hops are still there for Mr. Stoudemire.
Hey, listen, he's still athletic. He's not as athletic as he once was, but he can still get up there and throw it down.
Here goes Taylor spinning on Nate. Couldn't stick it. Nate. Oh, Nate Robinson. It's Chicago-style hot dog, and then he goes deep dish from 3.
Deep dish from 3. I knew you were going to try to find a way to get that one in there.
Ricky Davis, old style.
Old school. Tricky Ricky, that's what they call him. And you know he got the swag. He's barking at somebody, too. He's bringing it. Hey, these guys, listen, if you don't think this means something to these guys, just look at the intensity, man. Look how bad they really want to win.
11 already, Ricky Davis. Taylor versus Robinson again. Taylor eyes it, does some chatter. That's a big 3.
And he's got a little something for Nate, too. You see him walking up on him. A little celebration after the shot. And these are two of the guys, like I said, Taylor brings the energy, but so does Nate Robinson. And when you have guys that are that fiery, it makes for very entertaining basketball. And then on top of that, you got Amar'e Stoudemire warming up. He's starting to get into a groove out there.
I'd say we're off to a hot start here in Chi-Town.
Hello.
Chi-Town zone.
Hey, Taylor's feeling good. You see it. Taylor's feeling good.
I mean, it is chest bumping. Mike Taylor with the whole family here. Robinson again. Nate Robinson versus Mike Taylor all day long.
And look at Taylor going right back. Like, he wants to score so bad right now.
Jones kick out. Davis.
And that's what the fans have come to see. They want to see the good one. They want to see the good one-on-one matchups. Guys take it personal. Get angry at each other and try to go out there and prove, hey, man, I'm better than you.
Jones reach in. Got it on Stoudemire. This is a hardwood matchup that feels like it's on the blacktop right now.
Yeah, this is definitely has that blacktop feel to it. But look at Ricky right here. Nice pull-up over Amar'e Stoudemire. And then I think he's looking at the bench over here. Somebody might have said something to Ricky. And, you know, Ricky's one of the best drunk talkers out there. If you get him going, he will not stop.
Stoudemire one shot, 2. He didn't like it, but it counts for 2 points. Got halftime coming at 25, so we're a point away. Tri-State Ghost Ballers back and forth since it started with Mike Bibby's 4-point shot, and it has been blow for blow ever since.
Yeah, it has been a very entertaining game. We've had some guys getting into each other a little bit, taking it personal. We've had some big-time highlights from guys like Nate Robinson and Taylor. And don't forget about Amar'e Stoudemire's dunk.
Richardson 3. Jones nearly walked, but clears it. Ricky wants it again. He's got Robinson. Taylor takes it himself. Taylor gets a foul. Blocking foul called on Robinson. Taylor's not backing down from Nate or anybody else in his hometown game.
Oh, no. You know, playing in his hometown, you know, Taylor wants to basically get the better of anybody out here. He wants to be able to brag to the family and friends that, hey, you see what I'm doing out here on this court. I'm getting it done.
Now, the concern here for Nate, he missed the last game eye injury, and he's taken a couple of tough tumbles and comes away a little bit blinking on that last collision.
Yeah, but I think Nate's going to stay in this game. You know, Nate's a tough guy. We talked about the football background. And those football players, I hate to say it, but they're a little bit tougher than us basketball players.
Okay, you said it. Yeah. I wasn't going to bring it. Okay, that was Brendan Haywood. Yeah, if anybody wants to take up any issues.
Man, you know how it is, man. The football guys are slightly tougher, but Taylor sends us to halftime, and, man, he came off the bench and gave this team a boost.
An explosion for Taylor, 8 points. And he has made it an emphatic 8 points with the hometown crowd behind Mike Taylor. First season in the Big 3, first season to show out in the Big Three here in Chicagoland, and a 1-point game at the half, and that's exactly the way that this one has felt from the get-go. Tri-State Ghost Ballers. I mean, if you don't think that there was a hunger and a passion to try and get a much-needed win and stay in that playoff picture, I think you're seeing all sorts of chips on shoulders. The Ghost Ballers lead it by 1. Just getting started with the Big Three. Chicago. 3 matchups. Bibby and everybody else. Extra hot. Chi-Town. Summertime, Sweet Home Chicago. We're on the north side of town, All-State Arena. A good one to get it started in the Big Three. Halftime, Ghost Ballers by 1. Want your sports news without the yelling and fake debates? Stream CBS Sports HQ, the free 24/7 network for nonstop highlights and news. Download the CBS Sports app today. No yelling, no fake debates between Brendan and I today. Jenny Dell with us as well here in Chicagoland. This has been a fun one from the get-go.
Yeah, it has been entertaining back and forth action. Ricky Davis really got the Ghost Ballers off to a good start. He had 11 points in the first half. But the story for me has been the battle between Taylor and Robinson. I've loved to see it. This is what this league is all about. Guys competing, getting after each other, and having a little bit of a fun but fiery nature to it.
Oh, I think fun and fiery is a pretty good way to describe this first half, and some truly.
Well, that right there we like to call trickery. Trickeration. Nate Robinson throwing the ball in between Taylor's leg. Taylor comes back with a nice spot up 3, and afterwards admires his work. You see he's throwing up the 3-point symbol, letting everybody know in his hometown he gets it done. And then you see him once again showing out for the hometown.
11 points, Ricky Davis to lead all scorers, and Tricky Ricky's with Jenny Dell.
All right, Ricky, 11 points in the first half. You just told me you have a goal for this game. What is it?
I'm going for 30. Going for 30.
You're going for 30. Now there's
with the W.
Of course, that's the most important. Now there's a lot of trash talking going on that floor out there. What's the vibe out there?
Oh, it's amazing. You know, we're into it. We're having fun. It's all Big Three basketball right now.
All right, have fun.
Yes, thank you.
I think if 30 is the goal, that means Ricky's going to have to take this game over in a hurry.
Yeah, well, Ricky's going to have to get into it because he had a good first half, but he only has 11. So if he's going to get 30, that means you know, he's going to have to get what, the 21 out of his team's 25 in the second half. That's going to be a big number.
And he's already been iced to begin the second half because George Gervin says we're going to start the second half without you. Johnson off a good look from Bibby. What a dish.
Yes, and Bibby, like that's that true point guard that he has in him. He's able to shoot the ball whenever he wants to. He can get it done from range, but he always is been able to find his teammates and get things done also.
Oh, Stoudemire, what do we got here? Going to call it offensive or defensive? It is offensive. It is. So Chris Johnson pulls the chair out from under Amar'e Stoudemire and gets a foul call.
Great defense by Chris Johnson, too. He was able to slide his feet, anticipate where the ball is going. Great anticipation, gets in Amar'e Stoudemire's way and takes the charge. That's beautiful. That's textbook. That's exactly how you're supposed to do it.
Davis and Taylor have combined for 19. Scales missed 3. Stoudemire and Robinson 15 for Tri-State. Amar'e Stoudemire on Johnson, mid-range, cleared by Johnson. Scales, who starts the second half in place of Ricky Davis.
Oh.
Tough floater.
Man, he gave Jason Richardson a little bit of everything on that move right there, and then just settled for the nice jump shot.
Alex Scales, Racine, Wisconsin. Big Three on to Milwaukee tomorrow. Stoudemire, Bibby digs down, bothered it, out of bounds. Tri-State keeps it.
And let's look at the move that Scales goes to right here. In control, nice behind the back. Then he crosses over to another little step back. I mean, that's a lot in a small amount of time right there. Scales showing us the full package.
Discussion as to whose ball this is going to be, Tri-State or Ghost Ballers. I'm going to say it was out of bounds off of Stoudemire. We may be taking a look. And as both teams head back to their benches, more chatter between Tri-State and Ghost Ballers. That one was Bibby and Stoudemire going in. I mean, there is no backing down on either side today.
Nah, it's getting a little contentious out there. Both sides want to win this game. Both sides have been yapping at each other, but it's been good, clean fun. No one has gone over the top. It hasn't been anything disrespectful. Just letting guys know that, hey, I'm going to be here all game long, and if you're looking for me, I'm not hard to find. And then you see some good defense right there by Bibby as well. didn't stay behind Stoudemire, was able to fight his way around and cause what might be a turnover.
So that call was out of bounds off of Stoudemire. Question is, did Bibby touch it and goes back to Tri-State? They both have an opinion on the subject. And you know how fun it is? Like, you've got two of the all-time greatest basketball players, Dr. J and George Gervin. And as soon as these guys take the floor, it is all about the players, and you're moving past Dr. J versus Iceman.
Oh, yeah. And you know, you have Iceman, you have Dr. J, two of the best that ever did it. And I'm so glad that they're a part of this league because the history of basketball can't be told without these two guys. But at the same time, once the ball gets jumped up, it's all about the guys on the court and what they're doing out there. And tonight, these guys are putting on an excellent show.
Well, somehow, some way,
I think that might have went off Bibby.
I think it was that first touch. Let's again, the call was out of bounds.
And Bibby was lucky here. It looked like he could have turned his ankle on this play right there. You see this? Look at his look at his left leg. Right here, he plants it in.
Call remains. So, I mean, that's one you could look at it 5 different times and not be sure. I mean, we did look at it 5 different times, still not sure. So the call stands out of bounds off of Stoudemire. Couldn't see it touch Bibby. Therefore, ghost baller ball. And they have a 5-point lead, largest of the game for either side.
And I'm impressed with Bibby. He was able to sprain his ankle right there and didn't stop at all.
Oh, didn't even slow up.
I guess that's why you have all those muscles, man.
Scales, elbow over Stoudemire.
And Scales has come in and he's been hot. He's not shy or bashful at all.
Ricky's loving it. He was ready to start the second half after talking to Jenny and saying 30.
I got a trick for I got some bad news for Ricky. I don't think he's going for 30.
Richardson followed. Notice how he said with the win.
Yes, with the win. Well, listen, numbers don't mean anything if you don't win. You know, those are what we like to call empty stats. If you're one of these guys that gets stats and your team doesn't win, oh, great pass. When it comes down to getting your stats, you always want to get them with the win, because if not, you don't want to be a guy known for getting empty stats.
Robinson pokes it away from Scales. Johnson and Bibby 2-man game.
I would go right back to Scales. I've liked him. I've liked the pop that he's had in this step. I've liked the moves he's given me in this second half. Go run a screen and roll with Scales and Johnson and see if you can get a switch and then take advantage of it and exploit it.
4 off the bench for Scales. So George Gervin goes with Scales to begin the second half rather than Ricky Davis.
And both coaches going with interesting strategies. Dr. J didn't start Amar'e Stoudemire in the first half. And then we have George Gervin, who sits down as leading scorer from the first half to start the second half. So interesting strategies from these two Hall of Famers.
Another shot clock issue here. You just say clock issue since there's no game clock. So if there's a clock issue, it's going to be a shot clock.
Got to be. We're about to just pull out a stopwatch here in a second.
Didn't run. Second time we've had that one. We'll get it figured out. Shot clock is not working at all. Have to restart the whole thing. So thank you for that word from Dave Powell, our crew chief here in game 1. So this is more of a mechanical issue, so we're going to have a break right now. Tri-State Ghost Ballers. It was a red-hot start to the game. 1-point lead, Ghost Ballers at the half. 5-point lead right now, largest for either side. Only the top 4 in the Big 3 make the playoffs, and both these teams at 2 and 3. I mean, this has looked like a must-win from the standings, and it has felt like a must-win since the first bucket.
Well, both these teams, like you said, are 2 and 3. Nobody wants to be 2 and 4. 2 and 4, you understand your chances of really competing for a title is waning. So it starts today. If you can get to 500 and then get to some couple more wins down the stretch, you can fight your way in there. But it'll be interesting to see who wants it more, who comes out with the most fight.
12 showing on the shot clock now. We have not seen Mike Taylor in the second half yet. Nor have we seen Ricky Davis in the second half yet. But you know they're both going to have a say and how this one turns out. There's Scales again. How's a heat check?
And that just rimmed in and out.
Johnson, Bibby, quick trigger, Bibby, air ball. That's an easy 2 for Richardson.
Does Bibby get an assist for that one?
You know what? That would be a unique Big 3 assist, right?
Yeah, it definitely would be.
Bibby, Scales step in, and now Scales back to the hot hand. And Ricky Davis is loving it from the bench.
That is great leadership from Ricky Davis. A lot of guys, they led their team in scoring in the first half, and then they were on the bench to start the second. They'd be pouting, they'd be mad, they'd be upset, but not Ricky Davis. That's not who he is. You know, he's all about the team, and he mentioned he wanted to get his 30, but he wanted to get the win, and he's proving that now by his behavior on the bench.
7 for Scales since he started the second half in place of Ricky Davis. We're still trying to figure out the shot clock.
Again? Mm-hmm. You got a little stopwatch. Oh, we got Mike Taylor doing a little dance over there. Hey, Mike Taylor got some nice little footwork on him. The shoes are fly.
How do you feel about those kicks?
Hey, the shoes are fly, and the moves are even better than the shoes. Can you move like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm about to go serve him.
Okay.
About to give him some.
Challenge him.
Yeah.
You look like
this could be Dancing with the Stars Big 3 style, Brendan.
Yeah, you look like the type of guy that would dance battles.
Oh yeah, chop it up. No question about it.
What's your go-to move?
Sprinkler, yo. It's summertime. Shot clock is being kept at the table, but meanwhile, Ghost Ballers extending. Mike Taylor ghost balling with the moves. Fancy free in the big city. Thursday night at 7 Eastern, CBS Sports Network brings you Summer Hoops with the WNBA Showdown as the Indiana Fever battles the Washington Mystics on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Nancy Lieberman's power. She was the coach of the year of the Big 3 last season. First place, she and Lisa Leslie atop the standings right now in the Big 3. We will see Power next here in Chicagoland. Height runner Scales, who's had the hot hand. 7 second-half points to go along with his number 7.
He's hunting that next shot.
Shot clock back on, 5 to shoot here. Johnson crossing over. Johnson floats it over Diawara.
Nice move from Johnson right there. I didn't know he had the crossover in his package.
Ghost Ballers 9-point lead. Johnson gets the steal. Sloppy pass. Tri-State is going to need to make some moves, down by 9 in a game that was a 1-point game at the half.
Yeah, and Ghost Ballers have come out here with a lot of energy. A lot of that has to do with guys like Scales and coming in here with a quick 7 points. And then you see Johnson with the excellent defense and going right to the basket, drawing the foul on Corsley Evans.
Bibby, Johnson, Scales right now for the Ghost Ballers. Johnson poked away by Edwards, gets it back. Hard screen, Bibby. Johnson, ISO, traveled.
Man, looked like he had a good move going there. I'm not sure. One thing I can say is that it looks like Johnson is definitely working hard to get to that right hand. Let's see what we have here. 1, 2. That looked like 2 steps.
I think it's 1 plus a euro. What do you think?
In the NBA, they call it they have the gather step. They don't have the gather step in the Big 3?
The exchange rate didn't work on the euro.
Yeah. So you thought it was a travel?
I thought it was.
You thought it was?
I thought it was.
Oh.
Ooh, Scales tried long range. Edwards clears it. Can Tri-State make a push now? Height wants it for 4. Height steps into the 4-point shot.
Hello.
And drills it. Making moves from 4.
Height very confident shooting that one right there.
And with a 4-point shot, you can get back in it in a hurry. Johnson, more traditional long-range 3.
And Ricky Davis over here, he's loving it. He's cheering on his teammates, and he's looking at the Tri-State bench telling them, you don't want none.
Ricky's in the bullpen closer style, trying to bring it back out to lock it down 1, 2, 3 in the 9th.
Yeah, the Ghost Ballers have really looked good in the second half, and Tri-State's going to have to find a way to match their energy.
Stoudemire's coming back for Tri-State as well. Scales took a bump. Height has a bucket. That's 6 straight for Tri-State from Height. Pulling them back within 4, playing to 50, have to win by 2. And we're about to hit the home stretch with Davis, Taylor, and Stoudemire all coming back in the game.
Yeah, and you see right now Tri-State really digging in, trying to get it done, and their energy and their toughness is what has got them back in this game.
Height's 4-point shot sure helped with the effort.
Oh, yeah. Bibby hand down, didn't challenge as much, almost daring him to shoot the 4-point, and Height was much obliged to do that. And then we have Johnson right here. Nice, easy 3-point shot, stroke looking good.
Amar'e back in the game, Tri-State. Davis back in, Ghost Ballers. Mike Taylor back in at point for Ghost Ballers. Stoudemire stolen by Taylor. Easy two, right off the bench. Chi-Town, get down, Mike Taylor.
Great defense by Mike Taylor. Amar'e never saw him coming. Mike with the steal and then was able to pay it off with the layup.
Height, crossover, finds Amar'e, baseline spin. He went out of bounds. So Stoudemire, back-to-back turnovers.
And look at Mike Taylor right here. Look, as soon as he sees that Amar'e takes his eye off of him, he goes right there to get the steal and then finishes off with the reverse layup.
8 points away from the win, Ghost Ballers. Taylor off a screen from Johnson, past Stoudemire. Loose ball picked up by Tri-State. Diawara draws the D. Taylor, another steal from Stoudemire, follows it up. Mike Taylor, energy off the bench as always, and now trying to close it out for the Ghost Ballers.
This closing lineup for the Ghost Ballers, like I said, being led by Mike Taylor's infectious energy and the plays he's able to make. Height with a nice drive, showing that he's versatile in his game. Height, we saw him hit the 4-point shot, but now we see him with the excellent drive to the basket. But look at Taylor right here, guarding the bigger man, plays good defense. Still's able to get his hand out there, misses the shot at the glass, but the little big man with the offensive rebound, and he gets the score.
Height 1-3 for free throw for 2 points. There's Taylor with another rebound.
Taylor just got that bounce, doesn't he?
Fly feet. Pass Johnson. Ghost ballin'.
That's special right there. Taylor coming off the screen and roll, drawing the defense, and then the excellent bounce pass. And you know Chris Johnson knows how to finish.
It is sweet home Chicago for Mike Taylor.
Whoa, what is that?
That's another turnover for Amar'e Stoudemire.
Yeah. But let's go back to this play by Taylor. I mean, Amar'e with the obvious travel, but then we have Taylor right here. Incredible pass, incredible vision, and Johnson still finishing strong above the rim.
Taylor forward to win it.
I think Taylor got a little bit ahead of himself right there. He was going for the knockout shot. He wanted to bring the crowd to their feet, and that's what this league is all about, the entertainment aspect of it.
Oh, he's ready to entertain, don't you think?
At all times. Look at the look on his face. Mike Taylor is always ready to entertain. It wouldn't shock me if he took another.
I was going to say, he'll put it up again.
Yeah.
I'll take that one. Height looking for help. Playing to 50, so just 4 points away for Ghost Ballers. Stoudemire and tight. Johnson called for the foul, sending Amar'e to the free throw line.
And it's danger time for Tri-State. You know, Tri-State down 10. Ghost Ballers only 4 points away from a victory, so Tri-State has to figure out how are we going to get offense and then change our defense up and lock down so that we're able to get back in this ball game.
Stoudemire able to put 2 on the board. All right, Ricky Davis, Mike Taylor, Chris Johnson. Got a timeout, George Gervin, to try and figure out how they're going to close it out to get back to 500 at 3-3. Follow the Big Three across all of your favorite social media platforms. Plenty of highlights. Plus, you can get Ice Cube's explanation as to what bivouac is. We're going to see bivouac late in the day. I think you know exactly what bivouac is.
What?
That's right. An army without a home. Bivouac.
I've never heard that one before.
That's right. Well, you can follow Big Three on your favorite social media platform and get that cool little video from Cube.
Oh, well, I'm definitely going to do that. I want to learn more about it.
Stick around. Game 3. We got plenty more. All right, so out of the timeout here. 4 points away from a win. Johnson, Davis, Taylor. Here's Taylor again. Taylor off the bounce, exploding, creating, dumping it off. Johnson lost it. Loose ball taken by Tri-State. Richardson floater. Loose ball, who wants it? Mike Taylor wants it. And Mike Taylor gets what he wants.
Listen, I'm going to continuously talk about the hustle plays because every time I do a Big Three game, I see that's the difference in the ball game. Look at where Taylor is on this play. He has no business beating anybody to this ball, but he just wants that ball more than anybody on Tri-State.
Taylor for 2 on Stoudemire. 2 more. Mike Taylor. Take 4, divide by 2, and you're 2 points away from a win. 14 in the game for Taylor. He wants to steal 2 into Stoudemire. Tri-State desperation. Out of bounds. Who touched it? Off of Johnson. Tri-State ball.
And I'll say this, Johnson has done a very good job guarding Stoudemire. Do you think possibly not starting kind of threw Amar'e out of whack this game?
Well, the second half, the turnovers late is what hurt him most. Davis, bang, gonna get a foul called.
And Davis has a chance to win this thing at the free throw line.
That's right. Had a reversal there and a big one as the officials got together and said not Tri-State ball. Out of bounds off Stoudemire, goes Ballers, and setting up a chance to win it. So Ricky Davis, he's not going to get to 30, but more importantly, he has a chance to get the win.
A chance to get the win. I thought 30 was going to be a stretch for him. We only had 11 at the half, and he stayed stuck on 11, but he got what he really wanted. He got the win.
First points of the half is the game winner from the free throw line for tricky Ricky Davis.
And you know Ricky Davis is all about that. Stepped up calmly and confidently, knocked the free throw down. I know he said he was going for 30. He's going to be disappointed he didn't get it, but I know he's going to be happier that he got the win.
And that man showing up in his hometown, Mike Taylor, 14 to lead the way for the Ghost Ballers. And Mike's already said, I mean, we said this one felt like a blacktop matchup on the hardwood, and now got the skins to prove it for Mike Taylor.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, I'm not sure who he gave his jersey to, but this game definitely had that hardwood type of feel to it. There's a lot of smack talk, a lot of one-on-one, a lot of bravado on that court, and Mike Taylor proved that he had the most bravado in this game.
Hey, guess who Jenny's going to talk to after this one?
Shirtless Mike Taylor?
Shirtless Mike Taylor's with Jenny.
First of all, where'd your shirt go?
I just gave my jersey to my mom.
Okay.
We from Chicago. I was born here, you know, but I moved to Milwaukee when I was just 3 years old. So it feels good to have family in the building. Got a lot of heritage in this place, so I'm just out here just flowing with the natural energy that God gave me and just blessing, you know what I'm saying, my family to be here.
There was nobody on this floor having more fun than you in this game. How does that energy play into the game that you play out here?
I mean, I just feel like energy is what everybody have in common. Energy takes the sun to rise and the moon to come out. So I just naturally go off that God-given energy, and I just let it flow through my game of basketball and for it to touch everybody in the crowd.
Back to 500 now. What can this victory mean for this team?
I mean, it can be everything. With our new additions with the trades and then pick up out of the BIG3 pool, man, we right here where we want to be. We're getting back into the winning spirit, and it's time for Ghost to be back in the building, baby.
All right, you heard it right there. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the win.
Game of life. God-given energy. Mama's got the jersey. Mike Taylor's got the win. Ghost to get it started in Chi-Town.
I don't even recognize who you are right now.
Sweet Home Chicago for Mike Taylor. Ghost Ballers get the win to get it started, and we're just getting started. BIG3 on CBS.